very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Vocational education now priority over traditional paths. The government overhauls the system. First half revenue beats IMF forecasts. Academics praise economic process. News in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya has declared vocational education development as essential for strengthening Sri Lanka's economic stability. The announcement was made during a media launch recently ahead of the Sri Lanka Skills Expo 2025 scheduled for October. The Prime Minister emphasized that vocational training must become a primary career choice rather than a fallback option for students who fail mainstream subjects. Premier Amarasuriya outlined education reforms that will provide clearer career guidance by grade 10, ensuring students can make informed decisions about their professional paths. With rapid technological changes, the government aims to create a workforce capable of continuous adaptation through updated vocational training programs. The upcoming Skills Expo at Temple Trees will showcase diverse career opportunities organized jointly by the Education Ministry and Industry Sector Skills Councils. Dr. Amarasuriya stressed that these initiatives will not only equip youth with technical skills but also instill important human values, preparing them for the evolving global job market while supporting national economic objectives. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya also urged a transformation in Sri Lanka's education system to move beyond traditional academic streams and prioritize vocational skills that benefit the nation's economy. The reforms aim to guide students toward high-demand careers through earlier specialization and updated training programs.
In our education system, the career options that are available or the career options that are offered to students continue to remain very traditional. We all aspire at one point in our life to be doctors. If we can't be doctors, if we feel, nauseous at the sight of blood or hate the smell of it, then we opt for engineering. If those two options are not available, then we might choose commerce. And if everything else fails, we fall into arts and humanities. And then if we fail, we enter the vocational stream. That's the kind of general pathway that is offered to our students. Therefore, we need our education system to be able to equip young people with the adaptability, flexibility, understanding about the many options that are available in the world today, be familiar and comfortable with technology, all of these things, while also retaining within themselves a sense of humanity, integrity, good ethics, and what it means to be a good citizen in a democratic, pluralistic society.
Professor Vasantha Attukorala, attached to the Department of Economics and Statistics at the University of Peradeniya, says that country's first half revenue has surpassed both IMF projections and domestic expectations. In a recorded statement to the media, Professor Attukorala highlights that this performance could stabilize fiscal policies and strengthen investor confidence.
අපි දකිනවා මේ වර්ෂය තුල රාජ්‍ය මූල්‍ය කළමනාකරණය තුල සැලකිය යුතු දියුණුවක් තියෙන බව. දැන් වසරේ මුල් මාස 6 තුල රජයේ ආදායම පිළිබඳ සලකා බලනකොට සමස්ත ආදායම රුපියල් බිලියන 2325ක වගේ ප්‍රමාණයක් ලැබිලා තියෙනවා කියලා මේ වෙනකොට වාර්තා වෙලා තියෙනවා. 2024 ප්‍රමාණය ගත්තට පස්සේ අදාළ මාස 6 තුල රාජ්‍ය ආදායම උනේ රුපියල් බිලියන 1865යි. එහෙනම් රුපියල් බිලියන 460කින් පමණ රාජ්‍ය ආදායම මේ වසරේ වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේක ඇත්තටම IMF එක අපේක්ෂා කරපු ආදායම් මට්ටම ඉක්මවා යාමක්. ඒ වගේම රජය අයවැය තුළ අපේක්ෂා කරන ලද ආදායමත් ඉක්මවා යාමක්. ඒ ඉතාමත් හොඳ තත්ත්වයක් විදිහටයි අපි දකින්නේ.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The National Innovation Agency yesterday launched a comprehensive initiative to elevate Sri Lanka's standing in the Global Innovation Index. Organizers assert that it would bring together the incumbent government academics and private sector leaders at the BMICH to formulate a coordinated national strategy. The high-level advisory meeting, presided over by Science Minister Professor Krishanta Abesena, marked the beginning of the campaign to systematically improve Sri Lanka's innovation metrics across all sectors. With participation from Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, presidential advisors, university heads and industry leaders, the session focused on closing critical data gaps that have previously undermined the country's global innovating scoring. Detailed discussions centered on 7 key assessment pillars of the Global Innovation Index, including research institutions, infrastructure development, market sophistication, and creative outputs. The National Innovation Agency presented a roadmap for establishing standardized data collection protocols across 80 measurable indicators with specific committees assigned to each category. Private sector representatives emphasized the need for stronger intellectual property protections and research and development incentives, while academic leaders proposed establishing innovation hubs at major universities. The central bank outlined plans to track and quantify innovation's contribution to GDP, a metric currently underrepresented in Sri Lanka's reporting. The central bank outlined plans to track and quantify innovation's contribution to GDP, a metric currently underrepresented in Sri Lanka's reporting. Minister Abesena announced that improving Sri Lanka's ranking has been designated a national priority with direct reporting lines to the Presidential Secretariat. United States of America Ambassador Julie Chung held high-level talks with Ceylon Chamber leadership yesterday, focusing on expanding trade and investment opportunities between Sri Lanka and the United States. The discussions centered on enhancing Sri Lanka's competitiveness to attract American businesses in the changing global trade landscape. During the meeting at the Ceylon Chamber headquarters, Ambassador Chung emphasized that Sri Lanka is emerging as a top investment destination for US companies looking at South Asia. She stressed the importance of reducing non-tariff barriers and improving trade facilitation measures to capitalize on this growing interest. Chamber Chairman Krishan Balendra outlined ongoing efforts to improve Sri Lanka's business climate, including active engagement with the government to streamline investment procedures. Both parties agreed to strengthen collaboration, with Balendra inviting US participation in the upcoming Sri Lanka Economic and Investment Summit this December. The talks also highlighted tourism as a sector with significant growth potential, while Ambassador Chung noted the need for infrastructure improvements to support increased visitor numbers. Balendra emphasized the importance of coordinated destination marketing to boost the industry. Looking ahead, the U.S. Embassy extended an invitation for Ceylon Chamber to lead a business delegation to the Select USA Investment Summit in 2026, signaling continued commitment to bilateral economic cooperation. The meeting concluded with both parties pledging to maintain regular dialogue to advance practical initiatives that benefit both nations' business communities. The Colombo Stock Exchange closed up on Thursday, mostly published by interest in banking stocks post-interim result announcements. Provisional data showed the all-share price index was up 1.65%, keeping it at 20,257.35, while the S&P SL 20 was up by 2.14%, bringing it to 5,904.26. Market turnover was 7 billion rupees yesterday, and most of this came from bank, capital goods and diversified financial stocks. Top contributors to the ASPI were Commercial Bank, which went up by 8.75 rupees, DFCC Bank up by 7 rupees, LOLC Holdings up by 29.25 rupees, NTB up by 18.75 rupees and Sampath Bank up by 2.25 rupees. Profits at state-run bank of Ceylon surged 163% from year ago to 18.7 billion rupees amid strong net interest income growth and trading gains, interim accounts showed. Profits at Commercial Bank grew 101% from a year ago to 15.9 billion rupees in the June 2025 quarter, helped by a reduction in loan loss provisions and net interest income growth. Profits at NDB Bank fell 6% from a year ago to 2,447 million rupees in June 2025 amid net interest income and fee growth and a decline in fair value gains. Sampath Bank profits fell 17% in June 2025 to 6.7 billion rupees due to higher operating expenses. Profits at Nations Trust Bank grew 11% from a year ago to 4.7 billion rupees, helped by higher net interest income and lower provisions. Profits at Hatton National Bank, which also has an insurance unit, grew 37% from a year ago to 11.74 billion rupees, helped by loan loss reversals and depreciation gains despite a fall in net interest income. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with the stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained by 289.69 to close at 20,218.36. The S&P SL 20 gained by 114.26 to close at 5,894.84. The turnover was over 9.5 billion rupees and over 332 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all we have for tonight. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Have a great weekend. Take care. Good night.